So here you are. You're a young adult, and that's who I want to speak to today. You may have graduated from high school, and you may have graduated from college. Uh, Whatever career or whatever education you choose, I want to say it's adulting is can be challenging. Now, some of you students or former students will graduate, find your career, and you're off and running. More power to you. Others Others of you may go from one job to another job to another job to another job until you find that job, that career that will launch you into the rest of your adult life. Is that a failure? Absolutely not. Because sometimes you have to experience, get your hands dirty in these different jobs to know exactly what you like to do, what to avoid, and how you can become successful. It's a lot of your learning when you go from one job, not a match, next job, not a match, next job. Oh, this is a match. I'm going to stay here for a while. And so just look at your career objectively and just see, where can I move? How can I move up in this company in the next 10 years? That's something that you can even ask in an interview. How can I move up in this company over a span of 10 years? So that's just one thing you want to remember. But just remember this: a big fear of a lot of you 18 and over is the fear of messing up, making a mistake. And you haven't, I want to really instill this in you, and I want you to listen up really carefully. I'm shaking the discs. I want you to listen, but I want you to listen carefully. Nobody's looking down on you. When you make a mistake, nobody's disappointed in you. They're just, you've made a mistake. And you need to ask yourself, what did I learn? If you get fired from a job, it hurts. It hurts a lot. But what did I learn? And how can I move forward from here? You have to keep yourself above that anxiety threshold. So it's like, oh, I made a mistake. I messed up. You're going to, sometimes as you pass that anxiety threshold, then more and more anxiety happens as you fall further and further into self-defeat, self-deprecation. Don't do that. You just ask yourself, what did you learn? There was a student that spilled all over our cafe. And first thing, the student looked at me, and I just said, so what'd you learn? To hold on to the cup better? There you go. That's it. That's all. Nobody was disappointed. Nobody came down on this student. You just made a mistake. What did you learn? Now move forward. Many times we fear what people think of us. Many times we're afraid of disappointing somebody, letting somebody down. Most of the time we're afraid of just, how are people going to perceive me as a failure or a screw up or whatever. They don't. Most people don't. And if people do, then, those are people you need to develop boundaries for. And we could talk about that later. But I want you to know, let me instill something with you. When you make a mistake, when you leave one job for another job, when you, even if you get dismissed from a job for something you did, what did you learn? It's going to be a grieving process, but you've got to write down what you learned and how you're going to move on from here. I want you to remember that. What did you learn, and this is how I'm going to move on. And so you want to know, a lot of times people will ask me, how do I move on from this? Well, first of all, I'm proud of you for making a mistake. That's what I tell them. And then I ask, what did you learn? And then we talk about how to move on from here. And then usually I can say, you can do this. Life is meant to be enjoyed. But there's going to be some huge roadblocks and huge hills to climb. And I want to let you know, even though I may not know you, but I want to instill in you, you can do it. You're young. You're impressionable. So learn what you can and just move on until you find that job you like. Good luck. Talk to you next time.